Ladies and gentlemen, look, I did it again. I can't even talk. I can't talk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 154 of This Ain't Radio podcast with your host, Chris, just Chris. And of course, I got my co-host with me,
Flowers.
And today we have a special guest.
Yes, sir.
A special guest. We have my cousin with me, my cousin Manuel, a.k.a. Hoodlum02, a.k.a. Call him for the sesh, a.k.a. Yo, I need you to sing this hook for me. Thank you, man, for being on the show today. We appreciate it.
Guys, I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yeah, you know it's long overdue. Long overdue.
You guys been doing your thing, man. I was waiting my turn.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, because I've been doing this in 2019, so your turn could have been in 2019 if you really wanted it to be, you know.
But did we want 2019 Chris, or did we want
we want 2023 Chris. Yeah. We want 2023
He's more polished now.
Hoodlum. Yeah, well, exactly, because before, I was just talking shit on my podcast. I was just...
you still do,
but now it's more polished shit talking.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah, so look. I'm gonna give a little backstory. So this is my cousin for real, on my mom's side. Our moms are cousins, so that makes us what, second cousins?
Yep.
I think, but that should never make sense to me. You're just my cousin.
Well, that's how I see it all the time. But then, like, when you in the hood, you got play cousins. You know, you got all these cousins, like. And then they got the dirty cousins, you know, but like, yeah.
Yeah. But like, this is my real cousin. Like, we have some of the same blood flowing through our system. But yeah, so like, of course we knew each other our whole lives, but my earliest memory of you is like, we were teenagers already. It was like early 2000s. We were at a family party in Inglewood. We was chilling in the alley. This is when you was on your fly, like extra fly. You on your fly shit now, but now you was on your extra fly shit. You had the braids with the Nike headband, the long Pro Club X2X tall, most likely 3X tall.
It was AAA because they didn't have the the Pro Clubs at the time, right? Was it? They've been doing their thing.
Depending on the year, because I probably didn't start wearing Pro Clubs till like 2003, 2004.
It was Pro Club.
Yeah, with a little accent on top. But yeah, so what I remember most, right, is we were at a family party in Inglewood, and around that time, that was really the only time we ever really saw each other, because we were young, we weren't really driving on our own, we weren't linking up, so it was like whenever we had a family party, that's when we linked up, and it was always good vibes. But what I remember most is, and then you had the jeans with the little bleach print on it.
Oh shit!
I think they were paw prints. I think they might have been paw prints you bleached into your black jeans.
Because I was a dog.
You're out here being a dog. But yeah, so what I remember though is like, I feel like music always connected us. Mm-hmm. Because that night, I remember me, you, my older brother, and your little brother, we were in the alley chilling, and then your little brother started rapping. But little did y'all know, around that time, I was writing my rap.
He was already rapping.
Yeah, I was writing my rap.
He was already rapping.
But your little brother was rapping, and then y'all try to get me to rap, and I was like, "That's what I'm not doing. I can't." And I was not ready to try to even freestyle, because your brother was freestyling at that point. I can't freestyle for shit, not even now.
Man, yeah. Back in the days, that's the way you used to have to display yourself, bro. Like, we used to go back and forth trying to prove ourselves. I think my little brother has always been a beast, bro. He started rapping, doing the same thing like you. He was writing in his little book. And then one day we were at a party that one of my friends had, and I was battling some dude, and that dude was getting me, and my brother got mad, and he started like he pretty much snatched the mic, and he started doing his thing. He started rapping, and I was like, what the fuck? My little brother could rap like that, and he had it, bro. Like. You know, like, damn, man, like, shout out to Skrill, bro. He
Yeah. But that's dope, man, because, like...
That shit hard. Even like, because, like, so in our earlier podcast, we used to do, like, me, Chris, and the homie Pete used to write raps, right? And then we would say them on the podcast. That shit is so hard. Like, even writing it down. Yeah, no, like, writing it down and then rapping it, too.
Oh.
Whew, I struggled.
Yeah, man, like go back and check out our older episodes, because they for sure on there. But yeah, man.
Now you guys told me that. Just tell me the number of the episode, and I'm gonna go look it up.
I'm gonna look it back. It's funny, right? Cause I told him like, yo, this shit is not easy. Like, cause I know it's not easy because I'm not that good at it. I think I'm okay, but like compared to the people that I look up to, nowhere near that shit. So it's like that's how I know this is a hard thing to do.
Back in the days, I would have thought that I would never be anything of an artist. Today, a lot of people are artists depending on if they perfect themselves. You know what I mean? So you're dope, bro. Like you can't say, oh, I'm not like J. Cole. J. Cole's J. Cole, bro. That's him. You feel me? But you make some dope music. That's why I got Chris features. Not just because you blood, you know, like I wouldn't have wanted to put out the song if it wasn't good, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because that's what it's always been for me. It's like I want to make a good song. That's how it started. And to me, that's how it's going to continue going. I'm not just going to get somebody or do some music with somebody just because who they are. You know, like we got to click first. You got to make sense. This is why this is happening because we click good, bro. Yeah. We have good conversations, you know. And I'm happy you doing this, bro, because there's so much to be said. And it doesn't have to be said by one person. Everybody has different opinions. And some people think like us, bro.
Mm-hmm. You know? But yeah, man, because, like, I think, so taking it back a little bit, you know, because, like, we always hung out at, like, family parties. There was always good times. But, like, there was no hanging out, like, really in between that because we were, like, too far away from each other. But then, like, in our early 20s, like, that's when we kind of linked back up. Because of the music shit. Mm-hmm. I feel like it always comes back to the music, right? Because by then, like, I still been writing, but I've never rapped. I never recorded anything in my life. Never recorded anything in my life. Or if I did, it was janky on one of those, like, weak-ass recorders where you just you have the instrumental tape and you just hit record and you could use the little...
I've done it all, bro. I've done it all. I mean, I'm still trying to level up, but, like... That's how I started, like tape players, the recorder, the built-in recorder for the computers. Remember the ones in school where you just push record and had audio only? Mm-hmm. I would use that and manipulate it so the beat would play into that. That was on my nerd stuff, you know, like since the beginning. Like I'm blessed now to be able to use Pro Tools or kids nowadays to be able to record and do all this stuff, you know, like.
For real. No, that's just a blessing now because now it's the access. It's like everybody could do it.
Now you got Spotify playlists. Back in the days, I would have a tape that I would mix still songs from the radio. Sorry.
Yeah. No, don't be sorry because I think everybody did that.
No, yeah.
I literally talked about it not that long ago.
With the paper on the tape or the tape, you know, like you put a piece of tape on there. Yeah.
Yep. Hell yeah.
You know, but, and then, you know, I don't even feel old talking about it because I'm sure the records make somebody feel some type of way too because that used to be their CDs, you know?
Yeah.
And soon enough, this stuff is going to be something. I wonder what's going to happen later, you know, because you got to think about it. We're on Spotify. How is that going to be old and what's going to be new? It's going to be like virtual music and shit. You're going to be touching.
Probably.
You know?
It's like, it's going to be weird. Like, where this technology going is crazy, but, you know, you got to adapt with it too, though. If you stay stuck in your ways, the shit starts getting expensive.
True.
Because think about it. So right now, this is, it like, recording now, if you want really good high quality stuff, it's a little pricey, but it's not crazy now, right? Because everything is so accessible. But think about the people who still love recording on tape, you know, and stuff like that. That shit's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the first song that you ever like released or something?
Damn, that's a good question. That I put out?
Yeah, that you put out.
Hold on. Let's do both. First song you made, first song you put out.
Because I want to know like what is that experience like once you like released it, like how did that make you feel?
Okay,
like
yeah, I just had to think like what did I do? Okay, so shoot, man. So when I first started making music, it wasn't there wasn't anybody to record me. But like I was mentioning to you guys, I always was interested in finding out how to record my voice into a computer or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when I was younger, it was beginning of computers, so it wasn't always that. But somehow I made it happen, bro. Where I ended up making a song. I think I downloaded the fucking beat off of LimeWire or something like that.
Yeah, LimeWire, yep.
And See, nowadays you can get a beat that somebody made like on YouTube. They won't sound like something else. Or if it's a remake, it's a remake, right? But back in the days, all there was beats that they put out as instrumentals.
Yeah.
They weren't brand new, unknown beats. These were known beats. So I remember grabbing some beats from there and recording and making like, I don't know how many songs on the CD. And we gave it to a friend that he wanted to hear it. And he gave it to a friend and it ended up going around the blocks that we used to kick it at. Because around that time, I was like skating. I was playing basketball. I was in the streets with the friends and stuff, you know.
And about how old was this?
Oh, man. So I must have been 15, 16, at least. At least around there, yeah. It was fresh. And it was funny because, not to shout out all this bullshit, but like I was on my bullshit because my homie, he was from somewhere. And it was more like on some Tiger shit. I don't even think they banged. But I remember that they were from somewhere, but they didn't get along with somebody. So when I've always been like this, bro, when somebody tells me something, like I get pumped up and I want to do something about it, you know? And that day, I had to stay my ass home because Pops had me on check. And he's like, you going to stay your ass home? You ain't going out. And I was like, nah, we didn't go out, you know? I was practically going to tell him why. But I stayed home. And I took all my anger out on that track. And tell me why that track, people felt it. They were like, bro, you got down. We heard how you dissed all them fools. Fuck them fools, you know?
So your first track, well, like
it was a diss track.
The first one that hit was like a diss track.
It was a diss track all over the fucking school and everything. Like the schoolyard that we used to play basketball. Like everybody heard it. I wasn't like city famous, but it was like a little radius.
But it's like your block.
Yeah. So whenever they would see me, they'd be like, hey, you record, huh? Hey, you make music, huh? And I was like, to me, it was like, I'm recording practically in the restroom. Like, they don't even know, you know, like how much it was like, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a big deal. That gave me the taste. That gave me the taste of like somebody hearing my music and what it can do. Mm-hmm. Because that also caused problems too. Because when you did somebody, you know, you're part of that.
Yeah.
You know, there was just my boy, but that became my problem. So I don't know. That was my beginning of music.
And then that was the bug ever since. It's just the itch always been there since.
There's never been no chip on my shoulder because of that. But I knew that if I wanted to put something out, I can put it out tomorrow. And that's kind of dangerous when it comes down to music because music takes time.
Right.
Like you got to be able to nurture the baby and make sure it's okay. Remix it. Let's rewrite that verse. Let's do what we got to do. But most of the time, like people just record it and they take it out and they do shoot the video the same fucking day sometimes. You know, like I seen a lot of artists do that, but I started that beginning little thing myself. Like I'm not saying I started it, like, but I that's how I did my shit. Recorded it, put it out, heard fucking things a couple of weeks later, and they wanted another one, so I recorded a part 2. And I had everybody in there doing the screams and shit because we were like, oh, what's up? And we were like fucking them up in there. There was like a skit in there. Yeah. Good question.
That's dope though, man. So just continue with that though, like early on 16 and all that, like I'm pretty sure at that time like your parents were like rapping, like what's that? Like of course they knew what it was, but they were like, you rap? Like were they supportive of it? Did they question it at first? They're like, what's all this?
Surprisingly, my dad supported anything that had to do with me being home.
Oh, because your dad lived the life too.
That's something a lot of people don't know. Well, like the people that know me, they know a little bit about my dad.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, but he had a rough life. He comes from that gangbanging life. Mm-hmm. And he just didn't want me there. So anytime I had to do with anything, whether it was me shooting the basketball in the back, he would buy me a whole new basketball rim so I could be in the back, you know, or a basketball, you know, like he put in work with me. I can't say my dad was not there. He was there. You know, he was hard on me because I feel like he was harder on me than my little bro. But and to this day, he's like, you ain't going to let that go, fool. You know,
they're always harder on the oldest ones first because they don't know how to do it right yet. So like you're the trial. Yeah, you're the trial and error kid, exactly.
Yeah, they grew up with me. My parents grew up with me because they were young when they had me. We're 20 years apart. So
so
did your parents listen to your music as you were making them?
No, thank God they didn't listen to those songs.
You probably didn't like you were trying to keep it away from them.
Yeah, well, it wasn't mostly that. It wasn't more like let mama look what I can do because I knew I was talking shit on the tracks. You know, like if it would have been like, you know, something, you know, like different. But you know what? He saw that we were making music. And then one day, I think he he showed me off to a family member. He's like, "Hey, my son raps," and then they're like, "Yeah," and there goes, you got to rap in front of him now. So that type of stuff, like you can't prepare yourself for. You got to be either down with it or you're gonna go cry in the car. You know, it's like when somebody bags on you.
Yeah, you
gotta take that shit and bag back. Because if not, you're gonna look stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
No, trust me, because man, he was not the shit talker when we first met. So I used to break him down.
Yeah.
I used to break him down.
Oh yeah, these guys, him and his bros. Oh man, these guys are
I
tough.
hear it all. This guy the most too.
I used to have to break him down, but like out of love, because it's the homie. Like you're gonna clown your homies.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so yeah, it's like you either take it or you're gonna take it and you're gonna start talking shit back.
That shit makes you stronger,
it does.
Bro. It's like I don't want to condone violence, but like when you fucking fuck up your brother, you know, he fucks you back up, you know, like you guys are preparing yourself for somebody else wanting to fight you, or you feeling what a fucking punch feels like, you know.
Yeah.
It's good if people don't gotta go through it, but it's also a little.
It's good to be prepared.
You're preparing, you're preparing each other for fucking life.
You know why? Because there's definitely been times where, like, just say me and my brother would fight, and we're like, you know, you go those few days where you're not talking to each other because it's like it was like a real fight, and like so you're mad, so you're not even talking to each other for a few days. There's been times where it's like, oh shit, something about to happen. It don't matter how we feel with each other right now. I got your back. Let's go. If we gotta handle some shit, we gonna handle some shit. Like it's like that. So
and you feel more confident to help and to be part of it because you know what that feels like. That's what I'm saying. Like some people are scared to take an ass whooping. I've been hit, bro. I've been hit before. I've been down, dog. I ain't never blacked out, and hopefully I never will. You know, like. As humble as I am, anybody can get it, you know.
Exactly.
So like, I'm happy that I went through these things because you'll never know what a scraped knee feels like if you never fell, bro.
Exactly.
Put that on the shirt.
You never know what a scraped knee feels like if you never fell.
And the guy in the back.
And then ... Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
I remember the first song I recorded with you. It was on the E40 beat. I think, you know, we be getting faded, fucking bitches on the daily.
Oh, man.
And then that was a beat that Mario chose. And then I remember the thing when I record, if I finish my verse first, I hate waiting for everyone else to finish their verse. Because some people take super long, some people are quick. But I was like, just record me. So in a lot of those early songs, I go first because I'm usually done with my verse first.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so nervous that first time. But, bro, like once I recorded that, I was like, oh, I'm like all in. So, like, you might not even know it, but like you're the one that kind of like, well, because it was at your spot, right? It was in your studio, in your garage. It was like, yo, you're the reason kind of why I even really, really make music. So it's like, fuck, man.
I love you too, dog. You know, it's funny how... Once we first off, we made music. We never freestyled on. Oh,
bro, you're freestyle king.
No,
bro.
wait. But there's a difference though.
I
freestyle and I make music, right?
Yeah. So I'm not talking about like you just.
What I mean is, well, because of course I love doing that.
Yeah.
But what I say, thank you, bro, for saying that shit too, because
because you can really freestyle. Because you can really freestyle.
I wear that shit proudly. But what I'm saying is that there's people that's put on a beat and they'll just freestyle through the whole fucking song, and it's fine, I guess. But
it's not really a song.
We would put a whole song together, talking about hook, verses, intro, outro,
bridge,
mix that motherfucker since the beginning, since when you started, you know, and that's because I did the trial and error. So when I brought you guys on, I was like, we're gonna make music.
Yeah, you kind of had the idea ready.
But you guys had great ideas.
Yeah,
great beat selections. Fucking your brother is fucking dope at picking dope beats too. You know,
he's the best at picking beats, yo.
But that's how that goes. Like we make music, you know, and I'm going to say others don't. Others do other shit, I guess.
Some people don't start making music till way later. We kind of started at the beginning when we first all linked up. We were like, no, we're going to make songs. We're not just going to freestyle and make little, everyone just has a verse, but not a real song.
I would like to say a lot of people had their first around me, like experiences.
Oh, so you out here just popping cherries. You out here just popping cherries.
Hey, bro, if I think about it.
Do you have any like funny stories like in the studio of you guys recording or anything like that?
I have one, but if you don't say it, then I'll tell it.
There's so many, but I think maybe one day we were talking about earlier, like, so I've always had a fucking job since I can remember, right? And even though I had a job, no matter what time I would get out, either he would hit me up or I would hit him up or his brother would hit me up, and we'd be like, session, yeah. And we would get together after work. So mind you, I would work.
Oh, wow. big money. Call on the phone. That
wow. Sorry guys, sorry. Let me put that on vibrate. That's somebody that's not.
But yeah, man,
doesn't know that I'm doing something important.
But no, it's all good. About funny stories. I would call you, or you would call.
Oh, okay. So the one that I got is I know that he fucking used to hate. So I'll be working a lot, right? And no matter what my schedule was or how tired I was, I just wanted to be in that studio. I wanted to be in there creating. That did something to me, bro. Like, and thanks for that, bro. Thanks for being available or wanting it as much as I wanted. I didn't know what we were creating, but when we were in the studio, I was tired.
Yeah.
I was so tired, bro, but I couldn't show it. And these motherfuckers did not smoke regular, bro. You think Snoop fucking smokes a lot? It looks like these motherfuckers were training to fucking be around Snoop or something, bro.
Not me, but yes.
No, well,
but yeah.
At the moment in his life, he was not doing none of that. He was a good boy.
I was drinking though.
Yeah, he had his little alcoholic beverages. But what I'm saying though is that I'll just be so tired and I'll be so high and shit, and I'll be like knocking out while I'm recording this motherfucker. And I would hear him go, "Yo, hello, are you fucking kidding me?" And he would come out of the booth and shit and be like, "You're fucking falling asleep on me?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I would record him again. And I would fall asleep. And then he would just get tired and just come sit next to me. And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, "What happened? You're done?" "Yeah, fool, just don't worry about it. Fool, let's put another beat." He would be so cool, and I'd just be like, "Fuck you." He would just be like, "Don't worry about it. Let's work on something else." You know, but yeah, that's what I remember. I don't know what you were going to say.
No, that wasn't it. But the funniest story I remember, all right, so it was like around the time when the weed pens started getting real popular, right? Weed pens. And this is the studio story. It's not really like a making music story. But I remember I was like, fuck it, I'll hit the pen. And then it was one of the ones that had the different switches where you could like the levels of how hard you're gonna like
in the beginning,
the hit size.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I was like, how do I hit it? You're like, press the button and then hit it until the light beeps.
It never beeped. It just blinked.
Yeah, it blinked until it blinked. Yeah. So I was like, all right. So but little I know, like that's the biggest hit. Like if you just once it blinks, it's like, yo, that's the biggest hit you could get. So fucking I hit that shit and I was like, fuck. And it bleeds. I'm like coughing for like 5 minutes, right? Because I was like, what the fuck? And then that ruined the session for me because I was just like so fucking high. My head felt like it was going like this. It was like jerking and shit.
Like pulsing.
Yeah, so I was like, this motherfucker got me high as shit. And it was like right when I walked in. So like my session was done. my session was done because it was right when we walked in and I was high as shit.
Damn, man. Oh, I mean, you're not the only one that's fucked up like that. Shout out to Box on the Beat, but I went to his studio one time. We were talking, like reminiscing over the phone, and we were like, man, we just need to get in the studio together, bro. And I showed up to his studio, and I wanted to smoke. Like I told him, hey, let's smoke, bro. Like before we get started, he's like, oh, I don't smoke, but my girl's about to come. If you want, you guys could piece up together. Like I'm like, okay, cool. And his lady came, bro, and they rolled up or whatever. And I went to go smoke with her. I got so fucking high, bro. He was there watching the smoke and everything, laughing. And when I went back inside, I got stuck. I was useless. I could not record. I went over there for nothing. I made myself look bad. So payback's a bitch, right?
Right. Thank you, Box, on the beat. Thank you, Box's girl,
for the hospitality.
But yeah, man. So it's just all this shit. Like there were so many good times in that studio, and it was like, and then shout out to your parents too because they let you convert the garage into a studio.
For real.
You know, of course, you know they still had the washer dryer in there, but they basically said this is your guys's.
Yeah.
Right, and then they would even let us go in. Like you would just make the phone call, like, "Yo, Chris and Mario, they're on their way. Can you just unlock the door so they could go in the studio?" And then so like you wouldn't show up till like 3 hours later, but you'll show up and then we'll be like,
"Yeah." That's how it was for a lot of people. I was like, "Hey, open it for so and so. Hey, open it for so and so." They really they played ball with me. You know, like at the same time they could have easily.
And like not too many people.
But once again, like I told, like I know what their mentality was as far as their family being in the house, you know, and they knew what it was it wasn't always the best place for you guys to be outside too. So they wanted you guys inside. That's how it's always been. Even when we were on second, my dad would be like, hey, come in the gate. Don't talk over there.
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Come over here.
Yeah, just come inside.
It's always been like that.
They're like, yeah, you can smoke in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff like that. Yep. You're the guy that I used to go to for hooks, right? So it's like, even if, cause my Achilles heel is writing hooks, but you would always come up with melodies. So even if you didn't write the hooks, like put the words, I would go to you sometimes for a melody. I was like, yo, come up with a melody for the hook, and then I'll write the hook. I didn't need the melody in my head so I could write the words to it, bro. And like this, quick. And that was like that's one thing I'm not, I don't want to say jealous, but it's like, damn, I wish I had that. It's just how quick you come up with like melodies, because melodies are my weak point. Like, I think I'm a decent writer. I've fucking written songs for like whole songs for people. Like, I wrote a song and then I record. I'm like, this don't sound right on me, but this will sound good for them. I'm like, yo, if you like it, record it, keep it. So, but the way you come up with melodies, man, it's like special. It's quick. It's so good. And like, it's like you don't even think about it. It's just like a natural thing. Like, okay, what sounds like what sounds good with this?
Was that what you said as a statement? Or
well, yeah. I'm making a statement, but okay. So now, but so now the follow up question.
But I'm like,
was it always like that?
No, hell no. There was a point where I can't even say nothing. I busted an Eminem. I choked. You know, there was points where people would take me to studios and I would freeze. I wouldn't be able to be me. You know, finding yourself, I think, is everything. I just felt comfortable around you guys, so the magic would roll. You know, and then I got comfortable with myself, so I can kill it every time. You know, like, it's just a practice, bro. Practice. That's where the freestyle songs come in, because I felt like sometimes it was like I had to, because I knew what it was expected of me, and what the people that really did the bars and they wrote the dope ass punchlines that they wanted me to move that pen. And when I had nothing on my paper, I felt like they were getting pissed. They're like, bro, you ain't writing? Like, we're over here killing if we ain't even got your verse. And I'm like, let me go in there, let me record. No, you're gonna fucking play, fool. Like, we're taking this shit serious. And I'm like, dog, just let me get in there. And I wanted to let loose. Let me let loose in there, you know, because I did not have nothing like writing on paper, and it became like my way of molding. Like, I had to just listen to the beat, or let's let the beat play, you know, and I would mumble, and then bam, eventually a word came out, and that's how that happened. But no, it was never like that, bro. It's the same thing like having game and not having game. You had to have sucked the. No.
Yeah. You had to have not had the game.
That's not the word you want to use, ladies.
you had to have not had the game at one point before you, and like no one ever just has it.
Yeah, it's like
it's like building up the muscle. That sounds weird too.
But I appreciate you saying that, dog, because I know now that I'm good. You know, I know now I can deliver. You know, and for you guys let's say for you to like know what I can do and be like, hey, bro, I got an opportunity for us. We're gonna show up over here, and I need you to do what you do. I can do what I do now. You know, in the beginning you can't, and that my bad. That costs us money, and it fucks up relationships, and people, you know, like, they depend on you.
Yeah, I feel that. No, cause I was telling John when I first told him, like, okay, my cousin down to do it, like, I'm gonna lock him in. Are you good? And I was telling him the dates and stuff. He's like, you good? I'm like, and I was telling him, like, you're the artist that I had. It's either you or Mario that I have the most collaborations with. And it's like, but the only problem is, we ain't put out shit together in like 4 or 5 years. But we have. It's crazy. It's crazy how much music we have together, but we haven't put out music together in like 4 or 5 years. And it's not. I wouldn't say it's anybody's fault, right? It just, life happens. Because you know what happened, right? So it's crazy. So this change happened, but then I don't want to say it helped you, but it presented different opportunities. And I'm not saying it's because of me. It just all happened around that same time. So like around 2017, it was around 2017. I remember that because that's when I first got my first MacBook. And that's when I started recording at home. And I was like, all these ideas, blah, blah, blah. But around that same time, like a shift was happening in the studio. It went from just being the homies to now you're booking sessions. So you're recording people you maybe don't have a relationship with. But I feel like that was a pivotal moment for you because you made all these connections with these up and coming artists. I mean, I would still say they're up and coming now, but you had them like you connected with these people who are barely starting out that are actually bubbling now. And can you speak on some of those people you like made connections with and how you did it?
We could bring up everybody's name. There's nobody. I'm neutral, bro. I fuck with everybody.
I know,
and people that know me, they know that I got love for them, regardless of if a motherfucker is still in the hood or if he's riding in a fucking new fucking car. You know, like
I always felt like you're so good with people. I told you plenty of times you will make a dope ass manager because you're good with talking to people. You're good at connecting people. You're good at just making things happen. But that's another thing I had to say. I think you'll be a dope ass manager.
I appreciate that. I've been thinking about it, bro. It's just a matter of it happening. You know? Like I just got to make it happen. Just like how I would make it happen to make sure I had somebody in the studio. Yeah, like I would push them. I would really believe in these motherfuckers. Oh, I ain't got time. What you mean you ain't got time, bro? You know you got a tape you dropping next week. Fool, you got 2 songs. Fool, da da da. You know I would give it to them hard. And they know who the fuck they are because we put a lot. Oh, you ain't got the bread. We'll pay you when you get paid, bro. Like shit like that.
But it's like you need to be here, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll never call out favors, bro, but I feel like I did it for the love of music. Yeah. And then it got presented where like, how much you charging? Oh shit, I ain't never thought about that. Just come over and I'll think about it. Yeah. And then bam. You know, like
yeah, because like, well, let's just talk about it. Like some of the artists you were with, like early on before they really got to where they are. And I'm like Swifty Blue. Yeah. Like, how did that connection happen? Because you got him early, or you linked up with him early to where he started recording at your spot.
Man, well, shoot, I got to give props to the homies. That was Precise, my boy Precise. I know him for years. And
shout out P.
Yeah, P. And Street Active. To this day, he's a solid homie too. He got his foot in the streets and he got connections. So I think that he had got Swifty for a video that Precise was doing. Swifty had the look, and you know they needed something like that in the music video, and it was one of the beginning music videos. Like barely, it was like I think I was even holding the camera. I don't remember exactly who was the camera guy, but Swifty had came over the studio for that reason, for us shooting the video, and then he saw that I had a studio, and he was like, "Hey, you be recording?" You know, like, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, like I didn't think about it like that. I'm like, oh, this is my studio, bro. Like I record, I do my stuff. Oh shit, you make music? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, how much you charge? And I was just like, well, let's just link up, bro, and we'll talk about it later. So he was the one that started the paper. Matter of fact, shout out to Swifty because he's the one that brought me clients. As a matter of fact, that motherfucker was doing features with everybody that wanted to do features with him when he started getting his little buzz. And it was just street buzz that whoever he brought to do a feature, I would tell him, it's like giving him my business card. I'll be like, hey, bro, I'll record you whenever you want. And that's sure enough what happened. His feature turned into one of my clients. Yeah. And I got a lot because of him. So shout out to him, bro. And then I started doing my own thing. I started, you know, basically doing it like that. But that's how I met him. I met him like that.
Yeah. And then like and that was like what, 2019?
Yeah, it was early, bro.
It was early, right? Because, like, he's still bubbling now. Like, he's a lot bigger than he was then, but that's
that's when he was doing... That was when he barely started... That's when he was rapping in front of the IG. He was, like doing a lot of his freestyles. And I think he ended up getting locked up. And then when he came out, I had one of my talks with him because I always talk to people I care about. And I'm just like, bro, you need to do this music shit, dog. You know, like, you good, fool. Like, you got a lot of people that care about you. I don't think it was me or anything like that, but he went in. He went in that music. He went in hard. That's when we recorded that. I think it's Grimy Gang. I think he recorded that in at I don't know what city is that. It's what do you call it? El Panteón. What's a Panteón?
I don't know.
Shit,
I don't know. You said it in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
No, it's when he had his bulletproof vest on and everything like that. It was one of his beginning
in the cemetery.
In the cemetery. That's why I said it in Spanish. I feel fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like the beginning stuff.
Yeah,
Fresh.
and then I remember he did a bunch of verses with Andrew
Yeah.
with a Lil Boulevard, which is my younger brother.
This is how I seen it. Whoever was with me in the studio, you know, would be with me, would be experiencing everything I was experiencing. So all the people I met, whoever was with me there, they saw that it was family or whatever like that. They got mutual respect, you know, and they clicked, bro. They clicked. They made music together. I think to this day they're still cool, you know, like. But like I said, it was never planned. It was not like, hey, how much for a feature? Oh, hey, can you do this? It was more like organically happening, bro. A beat was playing, and then they
like, yo, let me get on this. Let me get on that.
And if they fuck with you, they fuck with you. Like he could have easily said, nah, the next one, you know. But no, it happened. They do got some songs together too.
And that's just dope. And that's all around the time where it's like I started just recording myself at home. Cause I'll be honest. The vibe, like you probably know it too. The vibe like completely shifted from where it was like just a family thing to where it was like almost more business now. So you were booking sessions. It was like, well, I know I could come kick it, but I'm just gonna be sitting here. Everyone, this is gonna be hot box. I don't really be smoking like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna record at home. It was never like, oh, I'm mad or jealous or anything. It's just like, okay, it's just a different thing right now. Yeah. But I'm telling you, the connections kept on coming, man.
Yeah, I got lost in the part where I just wanted to be part of shit, you know. Yeah, like so when I heard, can you help me with this album? Can you help me with this song? It was more like, can I? I want to see if I could do it, you know. And it was never like about me rapping on their music. Which
it's just you being a part of it.
It was more being a part of it, like engineering, helping them mix, you know, doing some album covers, you know, because I was good with the digital work, you know. Damn, it was always something like that. Like even with P, it was mostly like me holding the camera for him, you know, doing stuff.
Yeah, just doing whatever you can that needs to.
You know, like it was. I've always been hands on with stuff, but people saw that too, like that it wasn't only because of the music. Because I used to have myself like, how can I say, be accessible, be reachable. Because if I wanted to, I wouldn't answer that phone. But if I saw that it was somebody I knew, I would answer it. What's up? What's good? Session tonight? Shit, I had plans with my girl, and I'm telling my girl, I'm like, hey. She's like, do what you gotta do. Yeah, fool, what time you coming? And right there and then we will book a session. So sometimes it wasn't even planned, you know?
Yeah. So that's actually good that you brought up your girl. Shout out Marlene.
Yeah.
Love you, girl. How do you balance the creative side of you kind of being in the mix of the music and all that with your personal life? Because I know it's sometimes it could be hard, right, to balance out the time.
Yeah.
Like I got to give my family time, but this is also what I love doing, and this deserves time too. So how do you balance that out? I
gotta speak real because if she's here, she's gonna talk shit, right? So I gotta speak.
Yeah, be real because she'll hit me up, be like, "This motherfucker was lying. This motherfucker was lying."
I mean, she knows I love her, but I think it's more of her understanding what I was doing. Because none of this music shit would ever be happening if she didn't back me up, you know, because I love her first. But she showed me that she cared, that she believed in me. So whenever I had to do with music, you know, like, she was cool with it. Whenever you guys were coming over, she loved it because she knew who was coming over.
Yeah.
I could even say the same thing about Swift. Like, oh, he's coming over? Okay, cool. Like, say less. You know, like it was always the same thing. Like she knew when it was important. You know, when it was important. And I appreciate that because I made a lot of promises about this music stuff, and I'm still trying to level up and make it. You know, even though I can say I'm very successful, you know, there's just never it. I still want to see my shit, you know, on the radio. You know, like
of course,
you know, like.
But now you on This Ain't Radio
or something, you know, that yeah, that's right. You know, this is the beginning of it.
This is the stepping stone,
right? So is that like your end goal to make it to like the radio or something like that?
Something of mine on the radio. So either I help put work into it, or my song be on the radio. Of course, like mine's would be dope. But yeah, that's always been.
But something you have involvement in, whether it was engineering, whether it was, you know, just being in the session, being an inspiration at the point, just something you were involved with. And you're like, yeah, I helped with that.
Yeah, because nowadays people won't give you your props unless you ask for it, bro. You can be a ghost for the whole ride. you know. But if you make it known that you're dope and that you know your value, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, he did this with me too, because he knows I'm gonna speak on it. You know, like you gotta always, yeah. But
So you wouldn't consider being like a ghostwriter for like an artist?
I would.
You would?
I'm open to a lot of things when it comes down to being creative, even out the box. Like with the homie Grizz. Shout out to Grizz. He is dope, bro. Like he's very creative. He's on his alternative shit right now. You know, making a little bit of, you know, like some hip hop, street shit, a little rocker sound. You know, homeboy been on his diet shit. I seen him. You know, he inspires me. You know, like
Yeah, cause you out here slimming down too,
bro.
I see it,
Bro. Like it's hard to say you're gonna do it, but then when you do it, like you don't want to do anything else. All I'm doing, by the way, is 3 meals a day, snacks in between. What are the fucking 3 meals? Whatever the fuck I want to eat. Because if I tell you eat this, do this, you're gonna fail and you're gonna feel bad about it. It's not about that. You just need to incorporate 3 meals a day and eat snacks in between, and you're gonna lose weight because your metabolism is gonna be running.
but are you also like portion controlling?
Yes,
like you're not
yes. But
Yeah.
that's me. But that's why I can't tell you.
You
have
can't
to.
say what to eat. You
Yeah.
just say, but
Yeah, I can, but it's
like
more
what-
of a cheat. It's more of a cheat because if I told you I'm juicing in the morning, and then I'm eating light during lunch, and I'm eating light during dinner, you're gonna think I'm something's wrong with me. Like, what's up with this dude? Because I've always been like that. We go get some tacos together. Like I've always been like 2 taco dude. Let me get 2 tacos. What the fuck? That's all you're gonna eat? That's all I'm feeling like. I'm gonna eat 2 tacos on the Coke. That shit gonna give me food, bro. What you talking about? You know, but I've always been like that, but I don't know. Like I have food poisoning. Like I don't know how long was it when I told you that shit happened to me. That shit was the worst, bro. I couldn't sleep. I had cold sweats. My stomach was hurting. Like I couldn't eat anything, bro. Like it was uncomfortable. So moving forward from that food poisoning, I was like, I'm gonna drink more water. I'm gonna eat my meals, you know. And then on some older shit, like I've been having sleeping problems. So like I'll sleep like 4 hours and I can't go back to sleep. Like I'll be up.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll be going to work early and shit. Hey boss, let me go in early, you know. But all that's been getting better, like little by little.
That's good.
But-
And a lot of that has to do probably with diet and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And like
So
health.
my last meal was around 9-10 the latest. Cause I work normally 12-hour shifts. Right? So like by 12 o'clock I'm out at work.
So you do 12 to 12?
Yeah, I normally do 12 to 12, but towards the nighttime is the hardest because I'm hungry even when I get home. But if I put something in my stomach between 9 and 10, then I won't be as hungry. I'll eat just something very light.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I've been doing, dog, and it's been working. I feel it. I feel it in my pant size and everything, you know. But now I'm gonna incorporate the exercise back again because I was doing a lot of exercise with that.
That's what it's about, man. Like me too. I'm trying to get. I've been saying it for years. I'm trying to get like fully, really back on my shit. But you know, bruh, like the motive. So it's the thing they say, right? It's like if you don't have motivation, you gotta be disciplined. I don't have that discipline right now. So I'm just always fighting for the discipline. Actually, I'm fighting for the motivation because once you get the motivation and then you're motivated, even when you lose that motivation, the discipline is there because then you feel weird if you don't work out.
I'm gonna say this. Do you have a space in the fridge for yourself, like that you would be able to have for yourself?
I mean, I could
That
make a
does
space.
help. That does help.
Well,
Where it's like people don't touch your shit. This is my stuff.
If
This is
you
stuff I need.
don't, buy yourself a fridge, a little skinny one. Those little skinny ones for yourself. They're gonna think you're crazy, but you're gonna be putting all your healthy food in there. You're gonna be putting your lunch in there that you're gonna take with you when you leave. You know, your breakfast. You know,
That
it may
helps a
sound like
lot.
I'm a kid, bro, but I get my little lunch bag and I put my breakfast in there. I don't really worry about my lunch unless I got meal preps, you know, but I worry about my breakfast because no matter what, I got to eat that first meal. Because if I skip my first meal, I'm going to be starving by lunch. And it's bad to be starving, bro, because you're going to scarf down a gang of shit, you know? Instead of a regular size Coke, you're going to want an extra large Coke. Instead of, regular size fries, you're going to want big fries because you're so hungry. It's like going to the market when you're hungry. It's a bad choice.
Yeah. So John, you have a little section in the fridge.
I do.
That's yours.
I do.
Do not touch, mom. Do not.
No, I don't have it like
Let it
that,
play.
but like they know like this middle section is for like my food because like my parents know that I meal prep and all that stuff. So
That's right.
Oh,
They,
bruh, like y'all should link up, like talk about this because he he meal prepping. He don't like. He can't even work out right now because he just had surgery not that long ago. So
you
he
got
can't.
people making your food, or you
No,
making
he makes
yourself?
it.
I make it myself.
That's dope.
But bro, like how much weight have you lost by just like meal prepping so far?
10 pounds.
So it's like,
And
then
that's like
he ain't
without
even a big dude,
exercise.
but it's like, and without exercise.
It's just eating right.
Being a little bit older now, I don't even look at it as, I want to get sexy and shit, look good, not have to,
You want to be a heartthrob?
But the main thing that I'm looking at now, I just want to live, bro. I want to be here, bro. I want to be here these years. Like we talk about being on the radio, like I want to be here to see that, like and it's on every one of us to put in a little part in it,
Yeah.
Whether if you're a person that always gets mad, getting mad is gonna give you a heart attack, bro. You need to learn to be like, you're right. You have a good day. I'll see you later. And it's not being a bitch, bro. It's about you caring about yourself. You leaving, and taking off. They're gonna be mad still, but you're gonna be good.
And at that point, it's their thing to deal with, not yours.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's one of the things I want to say to people too. If I don't even get the chance to do that, that's one of the things I've been incorporating into my life. Sometimes my girl be like, "Who was that for?" When I be like, "I love and like I put a heart, on my story, and it's for the world, bro. If y'all don't know, it's for everybody.
It's for the world.
It's for everybody. I'm sending love out. I'm like I'm on my Diddy shit without the touch.
It ain't for you, random girl that's following him. All right, it's for the world. All right, he got a girl and he love her. He ain't leaving her for you because you dusty and dirty.
It's love. It's about spreading love. I get it a lot. And my sister-in-law told me the other day, she's like, love is stronger than hate. Just make sure you're not the one giving the hate.
Yeah.
And I told her, all I do is show love, but somehow that hate surrounds me. Like that was my response.
You know why? Because it's a thin line between love and hate.
It is.
Because think about it. I tell this to my friends all the time. You have to care about somebody to actually hate them. You're not going to hate a random person that you don't know. You might dislike them, but to actually hate someone, you have to care about them. Yeah. Because you have to care. You have to care enough to hate them.
True.
Damn,
that's deep.
Hate's a strong word.
Yeah, hate is a strong word, but that's why that's a true statement. The thin line between love and hate, because you have to care about somebody to hate them.
Yeah, damn, I like that. So that's the one thing I want to project out to the world. Yeah, my name is Hoodlum, but like I like to be liked, not to be hate. People gonna hate regardless, but it takes a lot of work to be loved, and that's why people don't want to do it. They'd rather just be mean or not make eye contact or whatever like that. I'm the opposite. I'm like, how you doing, bro? You good? And then they go like, I'm all right.
Yeah, what's that saying? Would you rather be loved or feared?
I'd rather be loved.
Yeah, no, because fear, after a while, people stand up to the fear.
I love walking, and you know what? It's not to say that our city is soft, because it's not. Mm-mm. One wrong fucking block or one person that's having a bad day, that could be your last day, right? But I love my city, bro. And right now that I'm working in the city and, up and down and everything, shout out to LA, like it's however you carry yourself, And I talk to some strong individuals, that are some sharks, And then I also talk to some people that are just regular people, And it's a beautiful thing, bro, to be able to acknowledge somebody, bro. It's not hard to go in the liquor store and see a homeboy that's about to, he's mad as fuck because a homeboy came earlier being rude, You're like, what's up, dog? How you doing today, Oh, thank you. I'm having a good day. Whatever, And then you look at him and that dude fucking smiles and he never smiles. You're like, take care, bro. Like it may sound dumb, bro, because people don't even talk about that shit because everybody want to be the hardest, I ain't never been soft, bro. And when I say that, I mean like, don't test somebody. Don't test my gangster, bro. Like that's not what I'm trying to project, because I don't want no smoke, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all keep the hardest.
You come in peace.
Yeah, I come in peace. You feel me? But I got a lot of love for a lot of people. A lot of people got a lot of love for me.
And like they say, like
a smile goes a long ways.
And the energy you give out is 97% of the time that's the energy you get back. Mm-hmm. So it's like I say that things. I say that a lot too, right? Because like I'm one of the people that like learn. Like I don't need something to happen to me for me to know not to do it. I can see someone else go through it. So like I've been around people who I've been around tough guys. You know, I've been family members, gangsters, all that shit, right? And I see like the tough guy mode all the time, and I was like that shit make. I don't want to say it makes me uncomfortable, but it's like I could see sometimes like that's what I don't want. So like, you know me, dog. I'm not the tough guy, but I'm not no bitch. But I'm also never gonna like. Trust me, if I have to fight, I will fight. But I'm gonna try everything first not to.
But I'm gonna say this though, because see, me dealing with a lot of people, being in the studio with a lot of people, a lot of smart people, a lot of dumb people, a lot of hotheads, a lot of people that are very scared. You know, we need those characters, bro.
Yeah, no, everybody plays a role into something.
And you know what? I know a lot of them. You know, a lot of people that are ready to go. You know, and do their things. You know. But like me personally, that's not who I am.
Yeah, same.
You know, and it's not bad being that way, because people need to know too that you don't need to be that way. That's why so many kids are so comfortable now to like take on all these extra roles, because they're being themselves, you know. And more power to you, whatever the fuck you want to do, you know. Like as long as you happy, you know, whether you want to cut hair or you want to do nails, you know.
As long as you're happy and you ain't hurting no one.
As long as you happy, bro. Like, what does it matter, bro? Like, fuck. As long as he ain't. In this world, like they say, from your hood or from, you know, like your fucking little thing that you got going on, leave them alone. Let them do their thing, bro. Let them be happy, bro. Like,
yeah, but you know, but even a positive guy like you, everybody has their days. So when you are stressed out, when you are angry, like how do you find your peace? Because I'm pretty like you're a self-aware guy. Mm-hmm. So you know when you're upset, you know when you're angry, you know when you're like close to your boiling point. So you know like, okay, I got to do what I got to do to bring it back down. What's that thing or things you do that help you get back to your like level place?
Oh, damn, there's so many.
Well, give us a few.
Well, we'll make it like a freestyle thing, right?
Yeah. So
I normally just think on my feet. Like if I'm stressing or something's going on, I tell my girl, let's go to Walmart. She's like, for what? Let's just go. Like, what are we gonna go buy? Can we just fucking go?
Oh, so okay, but I want you to continue. But so you're Walmart over Target?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Target over Walmart.
No. That's not what I meant. No, because I like Target too. I meant like let's go out.
Okay,
let's go out into a store. I'm not saying let's go spend a lot of money.
No, I'm just saying, but like Walmart would be like your first choice.
And that distresses me. Yeah. It used to be when we were younger, let's go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, right now, let's just go. And we would just, you know, like, it's different over there, you know? So now that I don't want to have to take her so far, you know, and we're a little bit older, we want to stay close, you know, let's just go to the store. That's how I always would do it. Before, it would be like, it's because I would not include her a lot of things. I would go to the studio by myself. Mm-hmm. But now I'm trying a little bit different, because I work so much that when I do have free time, if I am stressing it, you know, like I'm like, let's go do this. It helps out. It really does help out. Whether you're gonna go walk or you're gonna go run, you know, go in the back and, you know.
Yeah, just punch on the punching bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. But you brought up your wife again, right? So I know this is like just randomly out of nowhere, but before I forget, can you tell us the story about how your wife pulled you?
Oh shit!
How she rizzed you up?
Damn.
And then she ain't let you leave since.
Oh shit!
Because I remember you told us that story once, and I was like, "Oh, this is a great story."
Yeah, it is a good story. She gonna laugh. If I gotta say it right. Well, shit. We knew some of the similar people, but I didn't know of her, and she didn't know of me.
Yeah.
So I was walking with my homies down this block, going to the homie's house, and all good kids, okay. And out of nowhere, I see this girl crossing the street, and she wanted to get our attention. And she's like, "Hey, where you guys from?" And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, "What the fuck?" I thought it was the cutest thing, you know, like for her to come try to press me like that, because everybody else didn't say nothing, you know. And I'm like, "Hold up, where you from?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not from nowhere. I'm just looking for so and so because they just robbed my friend." That's the reason she hit me up. That's the reason she came up to us.
She wanted to beat your ass
because
if you were the person she was looking for.
She wanted to beat that person's ass who just robbed her friend that was in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, that's an ass whooping right there
Damn.
for sure.
So that's the backstory people don't know.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
if I say friend, people aren't gonna know, right? That's her friend for like years. They grew up together, and homeboy ended up in a wheelchair, and he got robbed at the gas station, and she wanted to smoke, bro. She didn't give a fuck. She was a hothead since she was young. I was like, what the fuck you gonna do? You know, like, but
Yeah.
that's how we approached. That's how she approached me, and I remember that. Shit, that day we just kept it pushing until another few days. I was on my bike and shit. I was like, riding through the same block, and I seen her, and I was like, I'm gonna ride on that side because I see her, you know. And like fool, like I don't know what it was, fool, but like we started chopping it up. We started chopping it up from there. But that was the first interaction of how we met each other. She fucking hit me up, bro. She ain't never banged in her life. She didn't have no weapons on her. You know, but she's been down ever since, bro. She's always trying to fucking hop out the car before me. Like to this day, bro. She always, no, relax. You know, like you're like, I'm like, what the fuck? That's my angel, bro. That's why she's wifey, fool.
And how many years have y'all been down?
Damn, it's gonna get me in trouble.
Oh shit, that's what we're about. We're about getting to the answers right here. We're about testing the knowledge right now.
Damn, it's gonna make me seem old in a motherfucker. We've been together.
That's why I do a range. You know, about 18, 19, 23. You know, 22.
Something like that.
22 years together, bro.
22 years, bro. And
Damn.
bro, that's more than half your life.
Damn, for real.
That's more than half your life.
We were just looking to be friends, bro. Like we weren't even. We were talking the same game to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just gonna be friends. All right, for sure.
And the whole time you're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you about to see.
But
we gonna see.
once one of us was gonna leave, you know, like that's when it got real. Like, wait a minute, can't leave now. You know, shit getting real. But yeah, shout out to her because she is the reason why I still do this shit and why I started doing this shit.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
All right, well, let's bring it back, man. All right, look, gotta get hard again, yo. Like, love. Talking about love.
It was like doing the crank.
Love? Nah, we don't talk about love on this podcast. No, I'm playing.
Tell
But
me
yeah.
about the bitch and I'm just playing.
Yeah, let's talk about before your wife. No, I'm just playing. Let's talk about the stories before your
No,
wife.
let me see what questions you have.
Serious question.
Okay.
Real serious.
You ready for it?
Oh shit.
Do you like his music?
That's a real question?
Yeah.
It's a real question.
I
You
said-
can be honest.
I said that I said it. See, you guys ain't paying attention. You guys ain't paying attention.
I mean, I feel like you're just saying this because you're on the
You gotta be
podcast,
nice.
but you gotta be nice. But
You were just leading with love.
I said
Yeah.
something important. This is going to answer your question again.
And I bet you know what it is.
I said I only have people that I like making music with. The music sounds good, and I got features with you because of those reasons.
That's right. But
You got a sound. You got a different
like,
sound,
what about
bro.
the last 5 years though?
You've been doing podcasts, doing other jobs.
You don't like my music no more.
Could
No.
we say that if we would have continued, would this be happening?
maybe not.
Probably not. If we would have like never just stopped, like, if that
Because
shift never
this takes
happened.
some work too, fool. Like this little thing you
Yeah,
guys
no.
are doing is not just easy.
No, it's
It
not.
takes you guys really doing it. And I
Yeah.
feel like Chris would have been over here with me more. I don't think he would have been putting a lot of time into this.
That is
Oh,
true.
sure.
Things happen for a reason, bro. I wouldn't even be here, bro, if we didn't make the way it was.
Another question: if you had your own record label, what 3 artists would you sign or try to sign? And would you sign Chris?
I was gonna win you to that. You can't define his music ability off of who I'm gonna sign.
Would you sign Chris? Is he one of the 3 artists you would sign?
But wait,
If not, it's okay.
but
Chris, sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. All right.
Hey,
three artists that are not popping, like or like, cause how do I
anybody,
even define
whoever,
that?
like you're starting Hoodlum Records, and you're like, they said I could choose anybody I want to to build this label with. Who do you want? Now
That
whether you want
represents your label.
now whether you want to start from the ground up and build up these artists, or you want to just get some popping artists to be like, nah, let's make this label crack now.
Damn, that is a very good question. That's a very good question. Because there's people that have a lot of motion right now and they're doing their own thing, but I would want to bring them into my team. But I don't think, like, that's a hard question, bro. I would want to scout for talent, bust my ditty, have a big budget, and then scout for talent. For sure, if I'm talking about I get like $1 million deal or $2 million deal or whatever, like I want to put my brother on. That's for sure. You feel me? And then we gonna like see who deserves it, who's ready to ride. You feel me? Like obviously, whoever I have a relationship with are gonna make music with me.
But being on the label, we'll see if you fit the
agenda. Because it's gonna be because we gotta look at it like a label.
I know.
We gotta look at it like a label too. You know, there's a lot of people that are talented, but they don't have the look. Yeah. And we know that this is the look, is the music.
It's a whole package deal. The music business is no longer just about the music.
That's why a lot of people are getting signed right now because they have that whole look and the way that they are. And the last thing that they figure out is if they know how to rap.
Yeah.
Shout out to the dude that went to the studio that one time that got ate up by everybody because he couldn't rap.
Oh, I wasn't there, but I heard that story a lot.
I got love for him, you know, and I'm like, hey, come over, you know, it'll be dope. I got my cousins, you're gonna like it, you know. And he came over and he wasn't ready for that because everybody expected music out of him and he did not know how to rap.
And that's kind of like the shit where it's like we started making songs right away. He probably thought he'd just come in and like practice, but it's like, no, we ain't in practice mode no more. You gotta get in.
Y'all were grimy. Y'all laughed all the way until he went home.
Because
yeah, bro.
After
once it was like, let me see what you got. He was like, and this time, and then he was like, later, like an hour later or something. He's like, I'm gonna head out home, and he leaves. Bro, loud as fuck, bro. Like, oh, fuck.
You know why though? It's fucked up. But you know why that is?
Some bullies.
Because at that point we were past the artist development stage. Now it's like we got to make these records that actually hit. He was beginning stages, like probably not. Like he probably wasn't even artist development. Where like you got something, we can see. It was more like oh, you just started writing and now you think you could just jump in and rap.
Yeah. We weren't trying to jump him in, Chris.
No, I'm saying I'm saying jump in the.
But I know,
like jump in the mix.
But I felt like that's how they were. They were like, "Who the fuck is this?"
We were like, "No, he can't get put on."
Fuck that.
Wow.
No, well, yeah, but
yeah, okay. So you don't have to say names because I don't want to do names. But have you? Of course you had. But is there a story where like someone paid you for a session and is like, "Bro, you suck." Like, bro, you suck. Like this is a private session, just me and you in here. But it's like, bro, you are bad. And don't say no names because we ain't trying to out nobody.
No, I'm
like
not
that.
gonna say no names and out of respect for them because LA is small, bro. And like I say, I like to go eat chips at the stores and stuff, you know. I respect everybody. But yeah, there was a lot of people just giving me their money, bro. Like, and I couldn't really do much but support them and make it sound the best I could, you know. And yes, there was more than once, bro, that I had to pat them on the back and take their money. And I feel like a lot of these studios do the same, so that's why.
Because for them it's just like strictly business.
That's why I learned in the beginning when I already had my equipment while we're going on these journeys of going to different studios that it was not important to be in an expensive studio, because even that engineer didn't give a fuck how it sounded because he was just gonna take your money and do the best how he thinks it is. He didn't have an ear for how your song was gonna sound because he wasn't with me all the time.
Yeah,
you know. So that's how I learned that the studio game is a grimy ass game, like for real. So I kept my shit like organically, like either we're gonna make something dope, or if you want a couple hours, I'm gonna give you a couple hours. This is what it is. You want to pay that? Okay, cool. But yeah, shout out to them for fucking helping me pay my bills, though, bro.
Facts. Cause at some point it's like if we don't have a relationship and you want to use my studio, it's strictly business. What you want to do with your time?
But I was gonna. You said something smart. See, that it wasn't always. It was about the money, but I probably had a good relationship with somebody that sucked.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So it was more like I wanted to help them out because I really, 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 really didn't need their money like that. It was more like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll help you out, and then I come find out what they're doing, and I'm like, this is trash, you know.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, and then but then they take it and they bump it, and all their homies like it, and then now they bring me 2 more homies, and I'm like, what the fuck? What am I missing here? You know, like, am I doing something wrong, or like they just got the audience? That's what it is. These little motherfuckers will go to school and bump into all their class and everything, and all their school fucking with them. You know, like, and I'll be like, oh, that's what I'm missing. I don't got that circle like that, bro. You know?
Yeah. All right, but I got a few more questions, and then we could wrap it up. So one more question: is there anything in the works? What's coming? What's coming? What's coming? Let the people know.
Well, I got about.
Or what's the plan?
Well, I got 4 albums that I have in my stash, but what I want to do is not necessarily take out the 4 albums. I want to take out some songs and shoot some videos. So that's my plan. Take some songs out and shoot some.
So
shoot
visuals.
some visuals. Yeah,
visuals.
Yeah, that's definitely what's coming up. I'm always down to make new music. There's a lot of people that I used to work with that I no longer work with, but like I said, I'm doing my own thing. You know, like there's people doing their own thing too, and I'm happy for them. Like I can only be happy. All the success, everybody leveling up. You know, I love seeing that shit. I hate when people fight with each other and that I know. You know, like they know each other, or you know, or they don't know each other, but I know both of them. Like I'm away from it. I can't be too attached to shit like that. You know. Can't speak too much on shit too, you know. Like I know too damn much, you know. I know too much shit about people.
For real, yeah, no, because it's like, and I guess it's the trust thing too, right? These people trust you. Like, we gonna talk how we talk. You're gonna hear things that probably don't have nothing to do with you at all, but we trust you not to say anything. And then even at one point, if you stop talking or you know you just grow apart, like you're still not gonna say anything.
Yeah, no, I'm holding shit till I die, but. I'm gonna say this though, like people that basically, how can I say? Hold on, I had it. There was definitely, I was gonna say people that no, I lost it.
It's all good.
No, it's okay.
It's all good. Hey.
No, you know what it
people.
You know what it is?
People. I love you, people.
It's because I gotta watch what I say, fool. So I caught myself. I caught myself futuristically looking into a mistake. Hey, you know what? People that know me, they know what's up, bro. They know if you got my number, you know you could reach me. You know it's a little bit more expensive now to get me in the studio, but at the same time we can make it happen. And if people want to know exactly what I got going on, like look at my Instagram because I'm gonna be dropping a lot of previews. Hoodlum02, IG, Spotify, everywhere. Apple Music everywhere. But yeah, like
okay. And then I have one last question. Out of everything that you have released right now, 3 songs that you would say is a good place to start to get to know Hoodlum02. And why is one of them Dreaming featuring me?
Hey, you know what? That song got a lot of plays.
Yeah.
All over the world. I'm not gonna say just in here. Like I look at the analytics, bro. Like there's people far that fuck with that song. I don't know what it was that we did, but it was magic. That song, if you haven't heard it, it's an older type of sound that I had. But yeah, that's definitely a good song. I think because I have so many in my stash that they haven't heard yet.
I know, but that's why I'm saying if what they can't hear right now, what they can go and listen to, what's a good place to start? Because you don't want to say just start at the top and go all the way down. You want something that's going to catch them first, so they understand when they go back and they're like, okay, I get it. What
was the other song that we had that I have a cover of a girl on there?
I would have to go look into
that. I like that song a lot.
Take you to a party. That one. Gonna get to know.
No. You got
take you to the house.
You got X-rated a little bit.
From the bed to the flow. Bring it. I don't. Is it Show You?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the 2 that I showed him.
Yeah.
If it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show. It's time to get some money ready. I forgot how my verse goes, but yeah.
I mean, for sure that Ballin' I just took out with my bro. That's a good song. That definitely got a lot of plays. Yeah, just go play my last 3 songs I dropped. Real One, Show You, and Ballin'. That's my new shit I got out right now. Other than that, I got a lot in my stash. I'm excited because I know you guys haven't heard a lot of my shit. And at the same time, I preview stuff on my IG, but I feel like it's not the same. I feel like people ain't really listen like that unless you have a video, bro. Like
Now a lot of shit is visual based.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I'm on. I'm gonna shoot some videos.
Well, yeah. But yeah. So, you have any last words before we get up out of here?
Well, shit. Shout out to everybody I work with, people I met. This little interview we got going on is just a little start for like people to get to know me. I just wanted to chop it up with my cousin and have some heart to heart. But yeah, I'm always down for conversations or for anybody wanting to know how to get started and stuff like that. I don't hold any of the secrets to the game. A lot of people show me stuff, too. So I just want to continue this thing going,
You're a student and a teacher.
Yeah, you never stop learning. Stay humble. Watch your back in these streets. Make sure you check in with somebody.
And wash your ass.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's it. That's another episode. This Ain't Radio Podcast with your host, Chris.
Flowers.
And we got the homeboy, cousin, family, Hoodlum02. Do you like... All right, before we get up out of here, last question. This is what I should have asked. Do you like artist people or people when you're working in the music thing to just call you Hoodlum? Or do you like either or?
You know what I like?
What do you like?
For somebody just to remember me. It doesn't matter if you know me as Hoodlum, as Manuel. So like if you remember me from that, then it's cool.
Okay, just
acknowledgement. Yeah, remember. But that's dope. Because it does get a little weird, like to hear my dad call me Hoodlum. But it is what it is. Like people at work too. Like sometimes they're like, "Oh shit, you do music." Yeah. Oh, Hoodlum. They're like, okay,
I'm a good guy, though.
I always gotta explain.
But I come in peace and love. But Hoodlum, yes.
You piss me off.
All right, but yeah. So until next episode.
Peace.
Peace.